Mr. Baruch, do you know who Elon Musk is?
Sure.
Have you ever seen Mr. Musk in person?
Yeah.
Where did you see him in person?
First time was I'm getting into the elevator on the rooftop, penthouse level. I'm going into the elevator, and he's coming out of the elevator, going past me.
And when did that take place?
This is after May. This is sometime June, it could be July, but after May.
In that same year, 2016?
Yeah.
Johnny Depp's friend, Isaac Baruch, talking about Elon Musk being in the penthouse, and he's on the witness list in this case. Also big in the news, right? Everyone's talking about Elon Musk, trying to perhaps have a hostile takeover of Twitter and buy it, the world's richest man. But he is on the witness list, and Johnny Depp's friend, Isaac Baruch, testified about him. Let's listen to a little bit more.
And when was the second time that you saw Mr. Musk?
One morning waking up and going and opening up the shades to the bedroom, and it's on the second floor, and it overlooks the balconies, our adjoining balconies, because my balcony joins with John and Amber's balcony. And that opening up the shades, I see Elon Musk going through the balcony door on their side to then walk down a common corridor to that then at the end leads to a door that you walk out to the rest of the rooftop. And you go to the pool, you go to the gym and stuff. So I'm looking out, and the view out the window is of both of our balconies. So that's where I saw him.
And when was that?
Oh, sometimes it's either June, July, but it's after May.
And when he says after May, that's after, like, the split between Johnny Depp and Amber Heard. Let's bring back in Court TV legal correspondent Chanley Painter, who's in Fairfax County, Virginia tonight. But the allegations from Johnny Depp's side is that this relationship, or alleged relationship, whatever it was, happened before the breakup.
Yeah, way before the breakup. In fact, less than a month after Amber Heard and Johnny Depp were married, Johnny Depp alleges that she began an affair with Elon Musk. This continued throughout the relationship, according to Johnny Depp. Now, interesting, Vinny, you know, I've read through the court documents. There's a declaration by the concierge of the Eastern Columbia building where these penthouses were, and this concierge says that Elon Musk was a frequent visitor to Amber Heard at the penthouse when Johnny Depp was out of town. So much so that Amber Heard allegedly gave Elon Musk a key fob to get into the building freely whenever he wanted. So the allegations coming from Johnny Depp, of course, being that they were having an affair, but also key, and we've heard this mentioned, there's text messages between Elon Musk and Amber Heard. He is on her witness list, not Johnny Depp's witness list, Vinny, on Amber Heard's witness list, obviously to contend that they were not having an affair. That's what she alleges. But these text messages go to her wanting this restraining order against Johnny Depp in 2016. So she's hoping those maybe work in her favor. She allegedly, or he offers 24/7 security for her to go to her contention that she was in fear. She was the victim in this case. So that's what we know. And don't expect Elon Musk to walk into the courthouse behind me. He would be called, if he is called in her case, by video link, WebEx link, Vinny.
Yeah, he could be in outer space testifying. He could be anywhere, right?
Right.
Exactly. All right. By the way, we've got some good news. We've got Nick Wallace, who's joining us now. We're able to connect with him from down in Fairfax County, Virginia. Great to see you again, Nick. Let me start first.
Hey there, Vinny.
In the UK trial, did Elon Musk, was he any part of it?
He was mentioned a couple of times, particularly in Mr. Depp's opening statement. He went to great lengths to, basically go over the same evidence that you've just heard. The court documentation says one of the concierges for their apartment building will testify that in March 2015, while Mr. Depp was away, Ms. Heard would be visited late at night by Mr. Musk, and so frequently that he was given his own key to their penthouse. So as you can see, they are repeating the allegations that were made in the UK libel trial in 2020. However, I just want to read out a section of the judgment from that libel trial, which of course Mr. Depp lost. The judge, Mr. Justice Nichols, says, "It is no part of my function to decide whether Mr. Depp was having an affair with Rochelle any more than it is my function to decide whether Ms. Heard had affairs with James Franco, Billy Bob Thornton, Elon Musk, or anyone else. Even if she had been unfaithful in this sense, it could not begin to excuse the use of violence in consequence." To be fair to Mr. Depp and Ms. Heard, neither suggested that it could. And that was how Elon Musk was dealt with in the 2020 judgment. And of course, this is a libel trial. This is about what Amber Musk wrote in the Washington Post. Amber Heard wrote in the Washington Post, not whether or not she was having an affair with Elon Musk. And just on the point of whether or not he will be testifying, one of my sources is very down on that idea. They don't think that Elon Musk can be compelled to testify. He hasn't given a video deposition. So unless things change and he decides that he will testify on Amber Heard's behalf, he can't be compelled to by the court.
That's interesting. We'll see if he wants to come help. He wanted to provide security for her, apparently. Maybe he'll want to help her in the case. Let me ask you, Nick, while we have you, Johnny Depp, when he testified in the UK, can you paint the picture for us? How was he on the stand? Was he a movie character? Was he real? How did he come across?
Well, he describes himself in court documents as a Southern gentleman, and he was cross-examined on that point by the Sun newspaper's QC, Sasha Wass, who made much play of the fact that he did use that characterization, and yet she then went on to make lots of very serious allegations about him. In person, he was charming. He was present in the room. He was on point. He was charismatic. He was articulate. He was funny at times. The judge asked him if he'd like to take a break towards the end of a long day, and he said, I would do a Snoopy dance to get out of this witness box. To which the judge said, "Does that mean you would like to?" And so he did make jokes from times, and he had a very easy manner around him. He was incredibly polite and courteous to the court ushers, the staff who let him into the courtroom, etc. And so there was no sign of this drug-fueled monster that he was being painted at, though, of course, we did see videos and we did hear audio recordings of him in alternative states of consciousness, I think is a polite way of putting it.
One follow-up. He describes himself as a Southern gentleman. Virginia is pretty close. It's below the Mason-Dixon line, so it's it's in the South, so to speak. His accent. How would you describe it? And when he's speaking in court, does he sound American to you?
Look, I'm British, so all he sounds to me is American. I mean, I can tell Isaac Baruch is from Brooklyn, but I have a great difficulty differentiating between most of the other accents in the US.
Because he almost sounds to us like
he's American to me.
But to us, when I've heard him speak, and he doesn't speak a lot and not so loud, he almost sounds like he has a little bit of a European English type accent. To me.
Well, he spends so much time in Europe now, doesn't he? So it's not surprising that he will have picked it up. And of course, you can imagine how actors soak up accents very clearly. But when he was in the rather staid and fusty environment of a British courtroom, and you have all these clips, received pronunciation type voices pinging around him, he did come across as very American.
All right. Nick, thanks so much. I'm glad we connected. I'm going to bring in Dr. Carol Lieberman and Chris Melcher for some final words tonight. I want to go back to the Elon Musk issue. What do you think, Chris? Does Elon Musk make an appearance, whether it's via WebEx or however, to come to support Amber Heard? And how much of an impact would the world's richest man have on this jury?
I can't imagine why he would want to have any part of this. I think there's a difference between offering Paramour some security when he's in a dating relationship with her, if that's what happened, versus after the fact, coming in and testifying, this would not help him. So I don't know why he would want to do it. And generally, you can't compel a non-resident to come testify in a state trial. So he may be outside the subpoena power of the court. But if he did come to help, it would be significant, because she would only call him if he had something helpful to say. And it would be about her fear. And all she really has to show is that she was in an abusive relationship. However the jury thinks, and we have a broad definition of abuse, not just physical violence, but the jury thinks she was in an abusive relationship, then that makes her op-ed piece true, and that means he loses the defamation trial.
Dr. Carol Lieberman, we only have about 20 seconds left here, unfortunately, but your thoughts about the impact if James Franco, Elon Musk, did I hear Billy Bob Thornton? I can't imagine him testifying, but what are your thoughts there?
Well, I think Elon Musk has bigger fish to fry than to, come and testify on her behalf. I don't think that it would help him in any way, but I do think that he could have an impact on the jury. They would think that the richest man in the world is coming and saying something on her behalf. But, the Snoopy dance, that's the kind of thing. It's very different. I lived in London for a while, and it's very different. That kind of thing, we would laugh about it, but the judge wouldn't have found that too funny. He might have found that a little disrespectful. So that could have contributed to the judge's decision.
All right. Dr. Carol Lieberman, Chris Melcher, great to have you with us on this Friday night. Thank you so much. Again, our thanks to Nick Wallace joining us as well. When we come back, we'll take a look at some of the nice folks I met in Fairfax when I was there.